Think gadget reviews, news, and all about it.
New Moto G5 hands-on photos leak out. Not long after we saw the Moto G5 Plus in real-life photos, we can now take a look at a few hands-on images of the regular Moto G5. As you may know, both these handsets have yet to be announced. While it looks pretty much like the G5 Plus, the regular Moto G5 is a tad smaller, as it features a 5-inch 1080p display, instead of the 5.2-inch 1080p screen of its larger brethren. According to the source of the newly leaked hands-on photos, the Moto G5 has a metal back, and its battery is a removable one. Naturally, this should apply to the G5 Plus as well. Samsung Galaxy S8, S8 Plus, leaks in live images, on-screen buttons and always-on display get pictured. A few more images of the same unit have popped up, with what seems like it could be a glass screen protector applied. We've included these in the gallery below as well. The Samsung Galaxy S8 has leaked a few times already, giving us a sneak peek at the redesigned front and rear of the device, but one thing we have hardly seen so far is an undoctored image of a working Galaxy S8. Due to the popularity and the public's anticipation of this device, the real leaks have to be carefully separated from the fake chaff. LG G6 rumor review, design, specs, features, everything we know so far, with 2016 on its way out, and the smartphone rumor mill in full swing as usual. It is time to take a good look at all the information we've got regarding next year's flagships, review it, and sort it out neatly for your reading pleasure and convenience. With the Galaxy S8/S8 Edge out of the way, it is now time to turn our attention toward LG and the successor to this year's modular G5. However, save for the seemingly universal assumption that it will continue LG's flagship naming scheme by moving on to the next digit, rumors regarding the LG G6 have thus far been as contradictory as they have been scarce. Numerous sources, including various South Korean publications, have claimed that LG will be dropping the whole modular thing it experimented with on the G5 and opt for a more traditional design instead. The various reports on the matter cite multiple reasons for this suggested change, including low sales of the G5, troubled production yield due to the phone's complicated modular build, as well as big shifts in the executive circles responsible for the development of the G5. Whether the company will drop modules entirely for its upcoming flagship is up for debate, but it does make a lot of sense and ties up with other rumors regarding the phone's design. One of the most widely cited possible reasons for dropping the removable battery aspect is some sort of advanced waterproofing technique. While Samsung uses waterproof tape around the displays of its Galaxy phones, LG is said to be looking at an adhesive-based waterproofing method similar to what Apple did with the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus. Although we've seen water-resistant phones with removable batteries, such as the Galaxy S5, LG may be working on a way to make its future flagship devices even more resistant to the elements, and a sealed battery could definitely help. Alleged images of an LG G6 prototype surfaced online recently. The device shown in the photos seems mostly consistent with both renders we've seen, although its screen seems to not have rounded corners. The leaked images also offer what may be our first legitimate glimpse at the phone's back, revealing a dual camera setup and fingerprint sensor that will supposedly double as a power button as well. Check out the gallery below for all three prototype shots of the LG G6. 7 newly leaked photos of a transparent ring bumper case for the G6 reveal what looks like a brushed metal back. The images, if legit, may also offer us our first real look at the sides of the phone. The volume up and down buttons are on the left, while the SIM card tray is opposite to them. The antenna lines and the 3.5mm earphone jack are seen on the top of the handset, while the bottom houses a USB Type-C port, a speaker grill, and a microphone. With Apple said to be shifting to OLED tech for its 2017 lineup, Google jumping on the bandwagon with the Pixels, and Samsung using AMOLED displays in pretty much every portable device it makes, LG may be next to join the party. The company already produces OLED displays for its own smartwatches and TVs, as well as the Apple Watch, so an OLED-equipped G6 is a possibility. Furthermore, mobile VR is going to be big next year, and since Google's guidelines for building a Daydream-ready device require that it has an OLED screen, we may see a lot more Android phone makers adopting the technology. As far as resolution goes, the LG G6 will either retain the current Quad HD resolution of the G5 and V20, or bump things up a notch. The G6 will be going head-to-head with the Galaxy S8/S8 Edge, which are heavily rumored to pack 4K displays, so LG may very well decide to implement a higher resolution panel in its next flagship. 9. The G5 and V20 sported a clever dual-camera setup that may very likely return in the G6 in an improved form. Both the G5 and V20 came with two cameras on their backs, an 8MP wide-angle lens and a 16MP primary shooter, that worked quite well in combination with LG's clever camera software. As for the selfie shooter, the G6 may change things up a bit. We wouldn't hold our breath for a revolution in front-facing cameras, but rather an evolution. Back in November, word got out that LG is working on an all-in-one iris scanner, front-facing camera module capable of switching between the two functions with the help of an IR light filter. 10. On a related note, numerous sources agree that the LG G6 will sport a 3.5mm jack, which is a feature nowadays, so it's worth mentioning. Although nothing is set in stone at this point, we wouldn't be too surprised if LG decided to go against the grain with the G6, seeing as how 2016 marked the beginning of the end for everybody's favorite jack, and a lot of folks seem not too excited about it. The V20 offered 24-bit lossless audio recording thanks to a 3-microphone setup. It would be great to see it make a return in next year's G6.